What's going on, y'all? Psych Perspectives. I feel like this needs to be discussed. So, for me, dealing with narcissistic people and or people who may be suffering from a personality disorder, mood swings, bipolar, etc. What's difficult for me is it's so confusing because you never really know what type of mood the person is going to be in. You never know what type of personality you're going to meet. So you're essentially constantly walking on eggshells. And for me, as I go through my therapy, counseling, and I'm healing, it's heartbreaking to realize that I've been living my entire life like this and just never really noticed because I didn't have the information about narcissistic abuse, about personality disorders, didn't really have the background knowledge about mental health the way that I do now. And it's like you wake up and you realize, you've been living like this your entire life and you've been subjected to this type of behavior your entire life. You just didn't have terminology for it at the time. So, let's talk about it. So, for me, it's the mood swings. Like, you never really know how this person is going to interact with you, if you're going to be getting cussed out. Are you going to be belittled? Are you going to be, verbally assaulted, name called, and put down? And it's like a pendulum. That pendulum swings back and forth. You never know what type of mood this person is going to have. And I'm here to say, if you're having mood swings like that all the time, you need to seek therapy and counseling. You need to seriously consider getting help. Because it's not fair to yourself. That's mentally taxing on yourself. That's physically taxing on your body as well. And it's also mentally and physically taxing on the people that have to deal with you. Okay, on the other people that are around you. So other people have to be dealing with your flighty moods and mood swings and, you jumping out of pocket at any given moment. That's a lot for anybody to have to deal with. Not only that person dealing with it, but the people that are around that person. And that needs to be discussed more. Because a lot of times, it's just blatant abuse, and it's not cool. So I'm saying this because for me, time and time again, I'm reminded over and over and over and over again, this is why you have healthy boundaries. And this is why you need to remain that healthy boundary and stop trying to give people the benefit of the doubt. You can't do that, even if it's your family. You cannot. Once you establish a boundary, you need to hold that boundary firm and mean business when you set it. Because every time that you allow wiggle room, you're basically telling other people that these boundaries are not firm and that others don't have to respect them because you keep going back on your own boundaries. So, you know me, I'm very transparent. So, dealing with my family, it's just coming to that reality that there is no more going back and forth. It is what it is. If these people clearly bring so much stress and turmoil, every time you engage with them, it's chaos. Nothing ever goes smoothly. Everything is always mayhem, arguing, belittling, name-calling, misgendering, dead naming. It's always chaos. You can't even come here without having anxiety. Your body is clearly telling you you can't be around these people. you know, and if you are going to be around them, it can't be for a long period of time, you know. Sooner or later, you need to pack up and dipset. You basically can't be around them more than 2 hours at a time before it sets in that, you know, these people are emotionally abusive, and they're toxic. You can't be around them. It is what it is. You basically have to wish them well, you know, hopefully things change, but you have to remove yourself from that environment and away from those people. And I have to take accountability and recognize that for myself, you know. And it's hard. I'm not going to sit up here and say that it's easy. It's very difficult because for a lot of us, you know, for me, that's my granny, that's my mom, that's my family, you know. So it is hard recognizing that, damn, you don't have a healthy relationship with these people. Y'all don't have a healthy family dynamic, a healthy family system or structure. You know, I mean, last night I was on the phone with a friend. Now, mind you, I moved away a year ago. So I'm on the phone with a friend, and like clockwork, I'm talking to my friend on the phone, and here is my granny in the background, constantly like trying to interject and be a part of the conversation. And it's like, I'm sick of that. You know, I'm on the phone. Shut the fuck up. Stop trying to talk, and you're not a part of the conversation. The fact that we have to tell this to a 76-year-old is ridiculous. And this is how she's always been. You know, and again, in typical narcissistic fashion, when the attention is not on you, on them, they have a huge problem. They cannot function. They cannot comprehend that the world does not evolve around them, and that this conversation has nothing to do with them. But they can't deal with that. Then dealing with my mother has made strides. You know, she is taking care of herself better and handling business. You know, I'm not taking that away from her at all. However, boundaries. I'm no longer taking responsibility for stuff that she has done or stuff that she has to do. I'm at the point in my life where I'm tired. I'm frustrated. I have a lot on my own plate, and I'm done carrying other people's burdens. That's not my responsibility. You know, and I'm just realizing that, you know, you're always trying to dump your responsibility off on me, and I'm not doing that no more. You know, so this is why I have to get up and go. You know, and again, I see why, and I'm not saying this to justify what my uncle does, but I see why he doesn't come around, because nobody wants to be around that. And nobody wants to be sitting up, constantly have to run errands and doing stuff for everybody all the damn time. Meanwhile, you still have your own job, your own life, your own responsibilities that you have to take care of. Now you got to be trying to add 2 additional adults to the work. Like, no, I don't have time for it. And every time I call myself coming back, because I work in the area, I have to be here twice a week, because I have to come in the office and work in office twice a week. And my whole thing is, well, you know, I'll spend the night so I don't have to be ripping and running back and forth on the highway, wasting money on gas. Gas is $3.08 a gallon. So, and I live an hour away, and I'm driving a car that's 12 years old with a 6-cylinder engine, so it's a gas guzzler. Not to mention construction, traffic, and if you can hear, it's raining, it's pouring down, so like an hour trip can be an hour and a half, 2-hour drive. It can become very annoying. So it's exhausting. You know, I'm at that point where I'm just like, I'm exhausted and I'm tired. You know, I'm tired of dealing with people that they just bring so much emotional turmoil and mental strife. I I just don't want to deal with it anymore. And what I'm learning through therapy and counseling is I don't have to. This isn't my responsibility. You know, do what I have to do and cut the rest out. And that's what I'm really learning. You know, I had a conversation, like I said, with my friend yesterday, and they are also, you know, learning for themselves that they don't have to do this people-pleasing shit. And it's okay to cut people off, and it's okay to set boundaries and put yourself as a priority for once. And it's so nice to see him living and thriving and being happy and free and, you know, not dealing with this shit. And I'm gonna be honest, and I am looking into this. You know, there's a lot of things that I'm looking into where it's like, you know, do I need to be in Michigan? Not really. You know, I'm not really seeing any growth here the way I want to see it, and I'm tired of living in Michigan. I've lived here my entire life, outside of 3 years where I was in Seattle, Washington, and I'm really like looking at all opportunities and options available to me because I'm tired. You know, I need a change of scenery. It's just too much mental strife constantly. You know, I'm not fulfilled. I'm not happy. I'm not grounded. You know, I don't really like coming back to Flint. I don't. Even if it's twice a week, I don't. Because it's so draining and depressing. And it's just like, oh, this is why I left. You know, it's like a reminder of this is why I don't really want to be here type thing. So I just wanted to make this video to kind of reflect on that and to show the transparency. You know, people talk about this healing journey as if it's super linear, and it's not. You have setbacks. Some days are better than others. You know, some days are worse than others. You know, and I just want to be honest and upfront about what I'm going through, what I'm experiencing, and how I'm handling it. You know, maybe this will be able to help others. That's my goal. Is maybe somebody could watch these videos and be able to avoid unnecessary mess, learn from my mistakes. And I also want to end this video saying this. I appreciate, you know, people reaching out, sharing their experiences, but I want to put a disclaimer. I'm not a mental health therapist. I'm not a mental health professional. I'm not going to be doing consultation work with you. So do not message me on social media. Boundaries. Do not message me on social media about your personal issues. This is why I'm always find a therapist in the description box, because that's not my role. I'm just sharing what I've gone through and what I'm learning. I leave, you know, information in the description box. That's where I stop. So I just want to say this again. I'm not following you on social media. Do not add me on social media, because I'm a firm believer in boundaries. I don't want that. And I don't have to. Again, the information for therapists will be in the description box below, but I'm not going to be calling you and listening to your problems. That's the whole purpose of getting a therapist. I'm not a therapist. I do wish you well, and I hope things work out for you, but boundaries, not my